Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a you versus them love reading for Cancer. We'll explore your energy, the energy of the person on your mind, and the dynamic between you, not to fix or chase anyone, but to support your clarity, self-trust, and emotional steadiness. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Cancers, please. All right, your person, the Six of Coins in reverse. Your energy, the Six of Coral. Okay, looking good, feeling good. And we have the Three of Spears. Okay, so it looks like there's some sort of heartbreak or potential third-party interference here. And we see the Sun in reverse, Leo energy. So, all right, Cancer, what I'm getting is I feel like your person is putting on a brave face here with the Sun in reverse. This is sometimes my fake it till you make it card. For others of you, this person is really kind of driven by their ego. So if there's been some sort of separation or some sort of sense of loss or a fight or an argument that cut deep here, I feel like your person's ego might have been easily bruised or, they felt challenged. And I'm going to tell you why. Cancer, you're in the Six of Coral. This is the Six of Wands, getting a lot of attention, on the up and up, successful, radiating, moving forward. And guess what? They're not. The Six of Treasure in reverse is saying that this person doesn't feel balanced. There's an energy of lack here. Now, they might put on a brave face and they might act really confident, but this person, I feel, is either feeling a sense of competition with you or they're watching you on the up and up, and it's making them feel bad about where they are, whether it's physically, financially, emotionally, or a combination of the two. Now, I feel like my Cancers, the six of treasure or the Six of Pentacles in reverse indicates this person may not have been pulling their weight in the relationship. And it may be that they felt they couldn't, but they may have been subtly doing that to try to somehow balance the scales here, to make themselves feel a little bit better, to make themselves feel a little bit more powerful, a little bit more in control. All right, let's see. What do we need to know about them? They may just be breadcrumbing you right now. Yeah, the Eight of Wands in reverse. I think this person is protecting their ego. I also feel like you have to, or you had to, read between the lines of communication with this person. And what I mean by that, Cancer, is I kind of feel like this person may have been taking like small digs at you, for example. Now, it doesn't have to be this exactly, but they may have been making little jokes that were taking small digs at you, or you kind of felt like it was chipping away, but no, it was just funny. I'm just making a joke here. Or they may have even slightly criticized you about not giving enough or not doing enough or not paying enough attention to them. And I feel like that's anything but the truth, but I do feel like there's a real ego energy here. Now, if that's not the case, Cancer, and for some of you it might be, or it might slightly be the case, I also feel like this person may have told you in not so many words that they didn't feel good enough. They may have made self-deprecating jokes, okay, about being poor or being less educated or being less successful or not being where they want to be right now. And so it doesn't necessarily make this person a bad person, Cancer, but I feel like your high vibrational energy and your success was a challenge for this person and a challenge for their ego. All right. And I also think things didn't really go the way they thought they were going to go. Okay. Now, they're viewing you as the Moon in reverse, Cancer, Pisces energy, someone who's extremely transparent. They know how you feel, Cancer. They know how you love. And a lot of you love this person, or you care very deeply for this person, and they know that. They also see that you're not the type of person who's keeping secrets, who doesn't want to share your wealth and your abundance, doesn't, somebody, they see you as somebody who's loving and supportive, but I'm really getting a strong energy of something about your success and your high vibration was reflecting back something to this person that made them feel not good enough. And guess what, Cancer? That's not something you can love away or you can fix. You can't make that better for them. That's something that they need to do on their own. They're seeing you very clearly. Okay, the Six of Coral tells me you're getting a lot of attention. You're experiencing a lot of success. You're on the up and up. Really high vibrational energy. All right. And we see the King of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, what I was also going to say, which came through, some of my Cancers, they've seen you go through a bit of a glow up. Even if you're not exactly where you want to be with the King of Pentacles in reverse, they know that you've made something from nothing, right? You've taken lemons, you've made lemonade, or you've built your own business, or you've been working really hard at like your health and your wellness and your diet and your exercise or whatever it is, or a combination of all of those things. Now, I do see that currently, like, this person maybe doing a little bit of hiding from you. They might be doing a little breadcrumbing, but with the King of Pentacles in reverse, a lot of my Cancers, you've stopped overgiving. Not that the King of Pentacles in the upright is an overgiver, he's not, but you've actually started to meet them where they were meeting you. Okay, and you may have been overextending, and now it's like you're meeting them where they were meeting you, and it's not quite enough, is it? Right? Like there's this realization that, oh, I was overgiving here. All right, so let's see. How are you viewing them, Cancer? You're viewing them as the Seven of Swords in reverse. I think you have a very clear idea of what's going on. All right. I think you have a clear idea of what was triggering this person, what they were really fighting against. And it feels like they're fighting against their own self-image. They're fighting against their own ego. I think a lot of my Cancers, with the Six of Wands, not only your worth and your value, but how you treated this person or how you treat this person. Some of my Cancers, you're well aware that this glow up of yours, this success, this high vibrational energy that you're in may have been too much for this person, or this connection may not have been aligned or is aligned. The three of Swords tells me there could be separation, or there was a very difficult fight or argument here. I mean, there could be third party interference. I'm not really getting that though, like romantic rivals. Yeah, the Ten of Swords. Your person is viewing the connection as possibly we can heal this if we can talk through things. You're viewing the connection as the Tower in reverse. You're not quite ready to let this go. So you're feeling like maybe we can work this out. All right. And with the Eight of Swords in reverse, but you're also looking at, is this a good idea for me? Is this a good idea? Is this something that's taking from me if I try to heal this? Or have I freed myself from unhealthy patterns and a karmic situation? Okay, but I definitely see here, Cancer, that you're not quite ready to let this go. You're not quite ready to, fully hit that eject button. All right, let's see what we need to know about this person. All right, so we see all tied up. So this person has definitely been all up in their head, and they've probably been quiet. Okay, and maybe that's why you've been getting like little to no communication, or you've been getting, kind of breadcrumbed here. But to me, all tied up in reverse is this person kind of freeing themselves up a little bit. And they may have needed some distance or some quiet or some space or some time to themselves to do that. All right, now we see Magician in the mirror. Yeah, but this person does struggle, Cancer, with what you were reflecting back at them. And that's no fault of your own. You cannot dim your light to make somebody else feel better. Okay, and I do think that this person is realizing Cancer's high vibration was reflecting back at me where I'm falling short, and their ego stepped in, right? That's what I'm getting. They don't feel like they have enough necessarily, but they do have love for you. They do have love for you. They do care for you. They want you. But being next to you, Cancer, is not easy, and that's not because of you, right? It's like you're in this strong, vibrant, successful energy, and you need somebody who's equally as strong next to you, and it feels like this person is losing footing or has lost footing here. Angel of Strength. This person is building up strength and courage. I feel like maybe this person isn't used to being challenged in the way that you challenge them. And again, not necessarily that you were verbally challenging them or anything, but there may have been like there may have been a role reversal here, or maybe, if you were better off financially, you were making your own decisions, or maybe making decisions in the relationship, whatever it might be. I feel like there was some sort of challenge here that they're not really used to. But I'm also seeing here that there are strong feelings here. So it's not as black and white as, it kind of comes off as I'm telling you, Mercury retrograde is doing a number on my speech already. It's not it's not as black and white as it's coming off as. All right, so let's see what else we need to know about this person. What else do my Cancers need to know about this person? Journey. Okay, to me this is like somebody who's coming back around. Again, typical themes of Mercury retrograde. I was talking with a friend of mine yesterday, and I was like, I really don't want to integrate Mercury retrograde themes into my readings during Mercury retrograde, because I know not everybody believes in it and some people get frustrated by it. And I also read a lot of comments like, oh, all the readers say the same thing. But I really can't help it when it comes through. And I can't change or amend the messages, all right? So it does feel like this Mercury retrograde is going to be bringing this person back around. And it looks like they're coming in with some sort of gift, or if they're feeling a little bit more stable, a little bit more settled, a little bit more grounded in themselves, a little bit better about themselves. That's why they're coming back around with more confidence, okay? Now, that seems nice, and it is nice, right? Like, we all want everybody to be doing well. We want the person we love or we care for, to be happy, to be confident. But you also need to take a look at a long-term relationship, Cancer. Can't end just because one person is feeling shit about themselves, right? It's like, that can be very destabilizing. And you also, like I said, you can't be worried about needing to dim your light because somebody else isn't doing well, or not doing what they're supposed to do in some cases, or they're feeling bad about themselves. A long-term relationship is when two people love and support each other, regardless of what's happening in their life, right? And it feels like you were very supportive here. So let's see what's going on in your energy. All right, we see high honor. See, look at that. You see, you are blowing up, Cancer. You're getting reward and recognition, 6 of Wands energy, and great fortune. Now, you may not have, it might not be a lotto win, but you're definitely working your way towards this great fortune. Some of you, you're just paying off debt. You're slow and steady, but you're climbing. You're where you need to be, okay? And like I said, you're in a strong, powerful energy, Cancer, and you need somebody strong and powerful next to you. All right. And not a yes man, not somebody who's just going to say you're doing great all the time. You don't necessarily need a cheerleader or someone fake, but you do need somebody who's going to be able to support you, even if they're not feeling their best. Okay. All right. So let's see. We see interference. So an external party is intruding on this relationship. So we do see that with the 3 of Swords here. I really don't feel like it's a third party, a romantic rival. Obviously, for some of you, that's going to be the case. But what I'm getting this interference is finances, it's self-worth, it's ego. All right. And Spirit's telling my Cancers, be patient. Everything will unfold in divine timing. And I also think that you are going to get clarity. Okay, you are going to get clarity. Spirit's saying if you do want to heal this, make sure you find time to laugh, goof off, and enjoy each other. Make sure that you are carving out that sacred time and space for one another, especially if you both are sitting here, working really hard. All right, so let's see what we need to know about this person's shadow. What do we need to know about this person's shadow? All right, stuck in the past. Let go of your ex completely so you can truly welcome new love into your life. That could be the third party energy that kind of wants to rear its ugly head in this reading. For some of you, again, like I said, Cancer, you might be a total departure for this person as far as role reversal in the relationship. I kind of feel like this person might be somebody who's used to being, having power and control, maybe being even like the breadwinner or something like that. And again, and this role reversal seems like it was feels kind of hard on this person's ego, or, you know, touching on their identity. For others of you, there is an ex here who was, you know, causing some problems. All right. And we see hiding feelings. So you need to express how you feel to the one you love to see how they feel in return. Yeah, so this person may, you know, they may not have been completely honest with you about their feelings here, Cancer. All right, and I think you probably already picked up on it. I have a feeling, my Cancers, you've already psychoanalyzed it. You know, you've used your intuition. Like, I think you know why things happened here, but it is nice to get clarity and confirmation. All right, so let's see what they want to say to you. What does this person want to say to my lovely Cancers? Overwhelmed. Yep, the stress from this is draining me. They may have felt overwhelmed also by feeling like they weren't good enough. Again, no fault of your own, but by that comparison, feeling an edge of competition with you. They might have felt overwhelmed because they might just be struggling financially here. Okay, they might also feel overwhelmed if they have this ex that's bothering them or trying to come back or asking them for money or something like that. And I feel like a part of me is missing without you. So they do really miss you. Okay, they are really missing you genuinely. All right, and I do think this person is building up strength and courage here as well to come towards you. So let's see what this person's very next actions are towards my Cancers. What are this person's very next actions towards my Cancers, please? All right, Lovers in reverse, Gemini energy, making a decision. All right, not holding back, wanting to work things out. Stepping up, coming up in a much stronger energy. And the Two of Cups in reverse, talking about potential, but possibly not rushing into connection again. This person might come in with, we need to take it slow. Or, you know, let's focus on our friendship. I mean, I don't think that with like, you know, I don't think that with the King of Wands, like this person's friend zoning you, but I do think that they're passionate about you. They want this to work, but they see potential, but they also don't want to rush right back into where you were. You are going to be getting communication here. And again, we do get some third party energy. They might be divulging some information about third party energy that you weren't quite aware of. Now, for some of you, it's an ex or it's romantic rivals. Okay, but for a lot of you, it's that ego energy. It's that feeling of like, I'm not good enough, or, you know, I don't, you know, my job isn't paying me what it normally does, or something like that. All right, so let's go ahead and see what Spirit's advice is for my Cancers. Advice and guidance for my Cancers, please. Advice and guidance for my Cancers, please. Pay attention. Also, Cancers, pay attention to pattern recognition, okay? You're being asked to pay extra close attention to the signs you've been given, both the subtle ones and the ones that can't be missed. These signs will help you see how to best move forward in order to live your best life. Yeah, pattern recognition is paramount here. And at the bottom of the deck, we see acceptance. You may be disappointed with a recent outcome. Remember, if one door closes, you're being redirected to one that will soon open to your true soul path. All right, and look at that. Boom. Cancers, I'm so proud of you. Let me just say that. I feel like you haven't heard it enough recently, but reward and recognition. Congratulations, your hard work will soon pay off and take you in the direction of your dreams. Acknowledge your efforts and own your power. Boom, there it is. All right, Cancers, I love you so much. Take care.